Hello guys, welcome back. Now in this session we are going to perform a lab that is on Terraform modules. So let's understand the requirement and then we will write the code. So guys, as I already mentioned in our previous session where we have understand the conceptual aspect of Terraform modules. So in this session we are going to design this requirement where we are having 3 environments for a particular project, and each environment is creating the EC2 instance with different sizes within AWS. So guys, let's jump into the Visual Studio Code and where we will write the code to fulfill this requirement. So guys, we are into the Visual Studio Code, and the first step we need to create the provider.tf where we will keep the configuration for the providers. So let's do that first. So I will come over here and click on new file, and over here I will mention provider.tf and then I will write the code for Terraform Settings. So first I will write Terraform, and over here I will specify the block, and within that, as I already mentioned, we need to specify the required providers. We are going to use the AWS, so we need to specify over here AWS equal to, and we need to specify the source. So we need to specify source equal to, and we know that we need to specify HashiCorp and AWS. So this is the first setting we need to specify. Second setting, we need to specify the provider block. So over here I need to specify that is going to be the AWS, and over here we need to specify profile. I am going to use default. So I need to specify default over here, and the second setting I need to specify the region, on which region I want to create. So this is going to be the US East 1. So I will tell US East 1, that is North Virginia region. Now save this file and let's proceed to the second step. Now in the second step we need to create the module for EC2 instance. So how do we create the module? So to create the module we need to create a folder over here, and we will call it as modules, and within that we are going to specify EC2 instance Terraform file, that is ec2.tf file that will hold the configuration for the EC2 instance, and along with that we will also keep the variables.tf file, and that variables.tf file holds the variable information. So let's create a folder over here for EC2 instance. I am going to create a folder called EC2, and within that EC2 folder I am going to create a ec2.tf file that will hold the configuration information about EC2. So let me create that. I will call at EC2 instance.tf, and within that I am going to keep a resource block, that is resource, and what kind of resource it is? It should be AWS instance, and I will give a name over here EC2 instance, and the block should contain the AMI information. You know that how to grab the AMI. I have already copied it, so I will paste it over here. You can also use the data block that you already aware about. So I will paste it over here, and then I need to specify the instance type, and instance type over here I will keep it a variable name. So let me specify that var.instance type. This I am going to create variable into the variable file, which I am going to create now. So it is being done. So make sure that you are typing it right spelling. Copy this one and come over here, select this EC2 folder, and over here I am going to create a variables.tf file, and this file will contain the information variable and the instance type which we have created this variable, and the default value I will keep it t2.micro, that we will change according to our environment configuration. So guys, we have created the module for EC2 instance. Now the next step, we need to create a folder for environment, and that environment folder will hold 3 information. What are those information? Those informations are dev, test and prod. So we will create 3 files, one for dev, one for test and another for prod, and those 3 files refer the module which we have just created for EC2 instance. So let's do it. So guys, now we will create a folder called environment. So let's create it. I'm going to give it a name environments, and within that I'm going to create 3 folders, one for dev, another for test. So I will select this environments, and over here I will create test, and then I need to create another folder that is for prod. Now I need to create a file that is called main.tf within each of these 3 folders. So let's do it. You need to click on this and write main.tf, and here I am going to write the module logic, or say module block. For each of the folder I am going to specify main.tf. Same for the test. Over here you can do main.tf. tf. Now let's write the code block for the module. So how you will write it? You need to specify module, and over here you need to specify the name of the module. So here you should tell this is for dev, and the block over here you need to specify the source. Source here we need to specify the path. So dot dot slash dot dot slash modules, and within that we are having EC2. So over here this dot dot means you are exiting out from the current folder and you are going to referring this. So how do you will refer it? So currently you are residing at dev. So how do you are accessing it? You are coming out from this dev, then you are coming out from the environment, and then you are accessing the modules, and within that you are having EC2. As this is a dev environment, I am going to specify the instance type should be EC2.micro. Now copy this code block and we will paste it to the test and prod as well. So this is test environment. So I'm going to specify the instance type should be small, and for prod I'm going to tell it should be large. So now we are done with the environment setting. Whatever the environment setting is required for our example we have done. Now next and the last step, we need to create the entry point for each of the environment module. So for that we need to create main.tf file at the root level. So how we will do that? We will come outside and over here right click and click on new file, and over here we will give it a name main.tf, and over here we need to specify the module reference. So I will tell that module, and over here I need to specify dev, and the source is going to be environment. So first environments, and it is going to be dev. Same is the case for test and prod. So specify that. Make sure that you are writing the correct spelling environments. So see here I did a mistake over here, and this is going to be test and it is referring to test. Same is the case for the prod. So let's copy it, paste it over here and specify prod over here, and make sure that you are referring to the correct environment. So save it. So it should be prod. Save. Now we are done with the module configuration. So if you will see it over here, we have created the same program which we have represented in our diagram. So we have created 3 TF file which is representing dev, test and prod, and each of the environment is referring the same EC2 module, but we are passing different variables, or say we are passing different argument for each of the environment, and according to that these number of, or say these type of EC2 instances getting created. If we are using dev, then it is going to create micro, test small, and prod t2.large. So now let's jump into the Visual Studio Code and let's run it. So how do you run it? As usual, you need to go to view, terminal, and over here you need to first initialize it. So how do you initialize it? You need to specify Terraform init. So let's do it. So here you need to specify Terraform init. Hopefully we haven't done any typo error. So enter. It looked like we did a mistake over here. See here, I have given environments folder name and this spelling is different. So let me fix that. So let's stop it, Control C, and let me fix that. So grab this name and select this one, F2, Control V, so that we will be in sync. So we are done. Now let's run it. Sorry guys. So over here I will write again Terraform init, enter. So guys, now it has successfully initialized, and you will see it over here. It has successfully initialized the provider plugin, and over here you will see that it has also initialized the modules. So now let's run Terraform plan. So let's do that, Terraform plan, and let's look into that how many resources it is going to create and what are those resources are. I am expecting it should create 3 resources, one for dev, one for test, and third one is for prod. And as expected, it is going to create three resources. Let's verify that what it is. So first we will look into over here, and you will see that we are having first test information, but we did a mistake over here. It is referring dev. Why it is referring dev even though it is referring as test? Because if you go it over here within the test, then you will find that we haven't changed the name. Anyway, you got the context. So over here we will change it, and now you will verify it over here. The type of instance it is going to create is t2.small, because we are passing t2.small from here. Now let's proceed further and let's verify the other one. And over here you will see that it is a prod module. And over here we also, because we did a copy paste operation and we did a mistake over here, we haven't changed the name. Make sure that you are changing the name as well. But you will see it over here within the instance type, it is going to create t2.large. Now let's verify, make sure that it should be prod. Now let's proceed further and let's look into the dev environment. And over here you will see that this is module dev.module dev.aws EC2 instance, and over here it is going to create t2.micro. So you can see that with the help of one code, or say with the help of one source file, we are able to create resources for three different environments. And this is the beauty of modules. With the help of module, you can easily manage your code without touching any of the file. You just need to, if you want to change any of the information, you just come over here and you will do the changes within this file only if you want to do any changes within the EC2 instance. Now suppose if you want to introduce another resource within your infrastructure, that is also very easy. You should come over here and you will create a folder within that. For example, if you want to create security group, you can create a folder over here, and within that you can specify the security group detail, for example sg.tf. And suppose if you want to create the configuration for security group, so you need to create the sg.tf file, and over here you can specify the resource configuration information for security group. And this is one of the recommended approach whenever you are working within the enterprise level projects. And this is what I wanted to demonstrate you in this session. So let's wrap up the session. So guys, in this session we have looked into end-to-end Terraform modules example with the help of a scenario where we wanted to create an environment for dev, test and prod. I have stopped the example till Terraform plan. If you want to create the infrastructure with that plan, you just go ahead and do Terraform apply. I haven't performed Terraform apply because you already aware about the Terraform apply. Whenever you use Terraform apply, it will create the resources within the provider. But make sure that whenever if you are applying, please destroy it, else it could be chargeable. So on this note, I am stopping over here. See you in the next session. Till then, bye bye, take care.